Malcolm X once said, usually when people are sad, they don't do anything. They just cry over their condition. But when they get angry, they bring about a change. Why? Because anger is a prelude to courage. Anger is the forceful non-acceptance of the status quo. And the status quo knows that, and the status quo owns and controls every major sector of human endeavor, and they're able to brainwash us and infiltrate certain belief systems, some of our subsequent needs, for example, and they're able to convince us in certain lies that take away our responsibility. And one of those is don't get angry. You're not allowed to get angry, damn it. You're a slave. Slaves are not allowed to get angry. Because when slaves get angry, they bring about a change. Anger is a prelude to courage. We got to find the courage to test an idea as time has come so we can go upstream and solve those problems. But then we got to get angry about the shit that's going on right now and do something about it. We got to use that anger to motivate us. And there's more than one type of anger. There's unfocused anger. It's a whole different story when someone pushes your buttons or they cut in front of you in traffic, although sometimes if it's life-threatening, you got to have a right to get a little peeved, don't you? But otherwise, that's a whole different type of anger. This is unfocused anger. That doesn't do anything but harm you. But there's a different type of anger. There's a focused anger. That isn't based on emotion. It's not reactive, it's proactive. I know what I'm talking about. Watch my video on 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. But you got to be proactive. If you're proactive about this, you got to have knowledge to understand what's going on. Once you understand what's going on, you have to be outraged. And if you're going to talk about it, you got to get angry about it because it's maddening to know what's going on. We don't have medical freedom in this country. If your child comes down with cancer, they can force your child away from you and inject what's equivalent to battery acid in them in the stupid belief that that's somehow going to help you. This is crazy. We got to put an end to it. We got to get motivated. We got to have focused anger with a purpose, with rationale, with forethought, understanding that this is something we got to put some energy into to make it happen. This is what makes change happen. This isn't, oh my God, you shouldn't get angry, John. What is wrong with you? How can you not get angry unless you just don't know what I know? There's probably a good likelihood most people who don't understand why I'm passionate don't understand what I know. Why does he yell? God, how can you not scream at the top of your lungs what's going on and hasn't changed for so long and it's keep going on and nothing's changing? We got to stop it. Too many people are suffering this very instant. I've got a great imagination, so it's real easy for me to get angry because I can actually feel the pain going on right now. I have empathy also, which a lot of you don't have, and this isn't an intellectual form of empathy, it's an emotional empathy, which is actually reflected in that personality test that I talked about, which is a fascinating test. But I digress. The point here is there's a time and a place for a sane person to go crazy, to be insane. Once you wake up and realize this is a twilight zone, you got to scream and yell and go, my God, we got to get out of this hell. We got to escape Plato's cave. We got to get out of this cave of ignorance where we can't admit that we are the enemy and we're doing it to ourselves and we're keeping us in the cave. And it doesn't matter who's keeping us there. I don't care who they are, and I don't think we got to go out and punish anybody. That's not my belief system. There's too many layers upon layers to know how it all works out. I don't care. The solution is always going to be the same. It doesn't matter who it is. We don't need to even focus on them, except to be aware that we got to correct what they've done. But the main thing is we got to realize it's a bottom-up solution. You guys, us, we individually, collectively are the solution. We got to work up. Nothing can help us on the way down. Everything up above us is always going to be a distraction and one of the main impediments to keep us from achieving our success. Once a system is created to solve a problem, it will die once the problem is solved, so it becomes its own entity, has this need for self-preservation. Think about it. You're American Cancer Society, or what's it, National Cancer Society, American Cancer Society. Got all these employees. You're the president. You're making all this big money. Got all these big perks. Someone comes up, here's a cure. Oh my God! In the bylaws, we got to close the doors. Got to say goodbye to our family. You know what? We should have a system until we finally get back to paradise, saying that if you're trying to solve a problem, you actually solve it, you'll never have to work ever for the rest of your life, and you get a free bonus paid vacation forever. So now there's an incentive for you to find the problem. Right now, no, we don't want to solve the problem. I want to have a job. Congratulations, you won't need one. You've got a job for life if you solve the problem. Well, guess what? Just about everything I've just been talking about, there's a simple solution for all of us to do. It's so simple. It's so exciting. So we don't want to dwell too much on that anger. We don't want to focus too much on that aspect of us, except we have to realize that some of us are going to be more helpful working downstream, and some of us are going to be more helpful working upstream. And my role in this is mainly the upstream portion with the first of my three-step process. But to help understand, there's two things we have to do. We got to unite these two movements. Everybody who understands how crappy the world is and is making a difference and is far more knowledgeable in all these areas than the rest of us have to devote those energies to help us work downstream. Realizing that we always have to work upstream in addition to working downstream. Right now, too much downstream without upstream. What's it going to take to go upstream? Do we have to get angry? I don't think so. That's the fun part about going upstream. You don't have to get angry about that unless you just get fed up with what you got. According to Anthony Robbins, that's the first step you got to take. Change your values. Get angry. He also said that one of our problems when it comes to changing is we give our brain mixed signals, right? I love it, I hate it, I love it, I hate it. You gotta stop saying I love it. Gotta hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Oh, that's so negative, John. Hey, pleasure and pain, there's two things that will motivate us. That's what changes everything we do. We're always trying to pursue the pleasure, avoid the pain. So we can use both of those to help motivate us. And that's really what it's all about. And the best way to be motivated is to take the quantum leap approach. That's where you do the first of my three-step process. Does my voice get elevated when I talk about it? Oh my God, why is he yelling? Is he excited? Has he done it before? Over 1,200 days in 24 years. Has he coached a lot of people, thousands of people? Have you read the comments down below? Oh my God, why is he bouncing up and down? Why is his voice elevated? I don't understand. Why is he so excited? Why is he so enthusiastic? In Theos, the God within. Yeah, we all have this God within us. We need to let him out. There's nothing about letting him in. Let him out. Let her out. Let us out. Be the best that you can be. Stop making these 5 main mistakes. Do as best you can. I'm not black and white. I'm not an idiot. I know how hard it is. It took me 5 years to quit making that first mistake. Although I could have done it much faster if someone like me was around saying, hey, do this first and go the distance. You'll have a whole different mindset. I'm telling you, the easiest way to stop being wrong again is to take a very long, solid food vacation so that when you go back to eating, you're going to really appreciate the food we're meant to eat. And when you do that, my friends, there's no other word but to say, you're in for a treat.